This video was recorded in front of a live virtual audience. Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. Today we are going to be talking about Louis Vuitton. Don't we all love our Louis? Yes, we do. Oh, we do. And for the occasion, I am so thrilled to let you guys in on a little special guest star, one of the biggest stars of Louis Vuitton-ism on the ether, and that would be FOXYLV. Now let me blend the gorgeous lady here on the side, and FOXYLV is with us in the studio right now. Foxy, are you there? Hello?
Hi, sweetie. How are you?
Hey, my love. How are you doing? You are live on YouTube. Welcome.
You put my picture up.
Of course. Just like last time when we did the call, so everybody knows it's you. So first and foremost, you guys, follow FOXYLV on Instagram, spelled FOXYLV. Oh, we just got a super chat. Guess who sent us a super chat?
$4.99.
Frozen Luxury.
Super chat from Frozen Luxury. Hi, Angel. Heart.
He says, hi, Angel. So cute.
Hi, sweetie.
Woo.
My boo.
So, by the way, you guys, it's thanks to Frozen Luxury that Foxy and I actually met and started talking. So, shout out to Frozen Luxury. Also, be sure to go follow Frozen Luxury on the Instagrams as well, spelled FROZENLUXURY. All right, you guys. Now, Foxy, my dear.
Yes, my love.
We got Louis Vuitton coming out of our noses.
That's never a bad thing.
We can never have enough Louis, right?
Well, unless you're at my house. My boyfriend says that our house looks like it threw up Louis Vuitton everywhere, which I don't think is a bad thing.
Wait a minute. So, but do you also have Louis Vuitton furniture?
No, I wish.
Okay, but you got the Louis Vuitton, the bags, the accessories. Wait, do you also have clothes, or do you focus on bags?
No, I have clothes too.
And also accessories?
Oh, what do you want to know? I got shirts, shoes, scarves, bandeaus. I got a towel. I got a tea set. I got bags, bag charms. I got pretty much at least one of everything they make for the most part.
That's so cool. So basically, when you are out and about, are you from head to toe Louis, or do you also wear other brands?
No, it's pretty much all Louis. I'm a walking billboard.
And speaking of walking billboards, and this is where we're going to get to the topic now, you guys. We're going to get to the topic of influencers and influencer programs and becoming walking billboards as sponsored by a brand. But before we get to it, don't forget to subscribe to my channel here on the YouTubes. You can also push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today. You can also join me on Patreon, superdacob all spelled together. Thank you to all my members and patrons who have already pledged. Also, thank you to all our co-chatters that are live in the chats right now, because I do live stream every Saturday, and everybody's welcome to join and partake in the conversation. So we were talking about this influencer program. Now, last time I was talking to Foxy in our last video about the Louis Vuitton price increases. Foxy mentioned something about an influencer program that Louis Vuitton has. They're not the only brand / luxury brand that has their influencer program. Most brands have an influencer program running. Most of them keep it kind of hush-hush. Some of them are showing off very gladly the very famous ambassadors that they, work with. But a lot of these brands keep it hush-hush with the so-called micro-influencers that they also kind of dress up from head to toe to make them into walking billboards. And so, Foxy, you have experience with this type of program, right?
Yes, I got straight denied.
So wait, but did you apply for it, or were they first thinking, hey, maybe we might? Do you want to apply?
No, my name was offered up and suggested by many, many people, and I got a flat out, that's never going to happen.
Like, they literally, like, they wrote you or they called you to tell you that, or?
A phone conversation. I do not fit their mold.
Wait, on the phone they told you don't fit their mold?
Uh-huh.
Were they being apologetic about it? Were they like, or were they like, hey girl, forget about it?
No, it wasn't a lovely conversation to have. So the influencer, so far what I've seen, the influencer they're looking for is tall, blonde, super skinny. I mean, like beyond skinny, like size 00, blue-eyed, and then also has, how do I put this nicely? You know, like that Valley Girl accent, or the bimbo, how the blonde bimbos talk.
What do you mean, FOXYLV? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, that.
Are you calling me? Wait a minute. Are you calling me a bimbo?
They love that. The 4 influencers that I've seen that I know are their influencers, they're all blonde, skinny, blue-eyed, and they have, oh God, they talk like that, and I can't watch the videos. How
interesting that a European brand would promote blonde, blue-eyed, tall girls. Seems like we're back in Nazi Germany all over again.
Right?
Wow. Interesting. So I guess the only cover-up in all of that is that they hired a black dude to design part of the collection. And they could like say, hey, this is our contribution to, this is our token designer.
Yeah.
They got a token designer, but everything else is blonde, blue-eyed, and tall. And slightly anorexic.
If I ever wanted to be a part of the program, I got told that I need to rebrand and rechange my image.
Holy moly. They told you have to rebrand and change your image. What are you supposed to do? Grow a couple of inches?
Okay, well, yeah, that's not going to happen. I'm 5'3". I'm staying short for life. But basically, I need to not be so authentic online. I'm too real. Which is hilarious.
I worked in PR. I know exactly what that means. If you want, I'll explain that to you. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I get what they mean. But honestly, do you want a little twat? Okay, can I say that?
Of course you can. Yes, girl.
Do you want a little twat selling your stuff, or do you want somebody who actually loves the brand, promotes the brand, and uses the brand? Because I've talked to a couple of their quote-unquote influencers, and they ask me how they can sell their stuff that they got for free.
Yeah.
And that's who you want promoting? They don't love the brand. They're not really using it.
I mean, I can tell you my personal experience. I went into Chanel because, your Louis is my Chanel. I mean, I do love my Louis, but, Chanel is still kind of closer to my heart a little, even though I do love my Louis, okay. But when it comes to, like, cosmetic and perfumes, I love my Coco. And I was at Chanel just a couple of months ago in the beauty boutique. And I went there to buy something because I buy stuff there. I don't get stuff for free. I'm not in an influencer program. But I came in, and there was an influencer being served or serviced actually in the boutique, and they know, I know my Chanel history. I know my Chanel products. I know everything about every perfume, when every perfume was released, what ingredients it has, what's the symbology behind them. Like, I freaking cherish.
You know it all.
I cherish that brand, okay? And then there I am standing there. And the store manager, who knows me very well, says, Dacob, oh God, I'm so sorry. Like, we have to deal with this bimbo. And I'm like, oh my God, is that an influencer? And thank you for subscribing, Karen. And the influencer, and she's like, yeah, this is gonna last a little. I'm sorry, like, I have to, by their internal regulations, like, she has to, as the store manager, also be present with this person. you know, to show like how important this person is. So she's like apologizing to me saying, hey, I'm going to have to like, you're going to have to wait a little if you want to like do with me because I have to do this, you know? And I was like, oh no, I'm actually really curious. I'm just going to hang around and listen what this person has to say. So there I am hanging around, listening to this bimbo, looking at the wall of perfumes, okay, being like, oh, I don't know. I don't really like any one of them. Let me call a friend of mine. Calls a friend and says, hey, do you want a perfume? Because like which one should, and we're talking like $300-400 worth of bottle per perfume. Do you want the Boy 1932? They want to give me this cream. Maybe I can get the cream. It's all for free, by the way. This influencer gets to pick out whatever they want for free. Chanel then writes it on a list and done. And I'm standing there thinking, oh my God, if you came to my store and I'm giving you something for free and you don't even care to acknowledge that it means anything to you, that you've in some sort of way tried to at least understand what the product is, like why would I want to give it to you? And instead they were being super patient with the influencer. They were like, okay, well, we can explain it to you. Don't worry. Maybe you like this one. Maybe. And she kept saying, I don't know. I don't know. And she was like being, like she's getting stuff for free. For free. Whatever she wants. And she's like dissing it. She's like being like, I don't care.
That has to kind of like kill your soul, right? As somebody who loves the brand.
It obviously, and then of course, you know, me with my big mouth, then I said, that perfume that you don't want, I'm gonna pay for it, $400 something. She looked at me like, what the fuck are you? I'm like, just like, put stuff in perspective. Who are you? You know? And I bought my whatever I needed to buy and I left, but it really left me heartbroken because that's what they always do. That's what all the brands do. And to rein it back in just for our viewers who might not know this, when a brand tells you you're not, you're too real, when a brand tells you you're too real to be, to fall into this influencer program or to be considered to be sponsored by us, what they're actually saying is that you have too much character. What they're actually saying to you is that they do not want people that actually have their own opinion, that they don't want people who are not afraid to voice their own opinion as brand ambassadors. They don't want them as brand ambassadors because they're scared that these people might say something one day against the brand. And they only want people who are willing to be completely brain dead, who are willing to be completely passive, who are willing to say, oh my God, this is amazing, to everything they get, who are willing to never dare to criticize the brand. And the brand wants this for several reasons. The biggest reasons being these types of influencers are going to be the type of people that subliminally influence the consumer and educate the consumer. Brand marketing loves this. They're going to educate the consumer to also think that they also have to behave like these influencers, meaning the brands are subliminally educating you, the consumer, through these bimbo influencers to also behave like them, meaning you learn, you're being taught subliminally as a consumer to never criticize the brand, to never question the brand, to never dare speak out against the brand if the brand does something wrong. That's the manipulation going on here, you guys. Like, realize this, people. Realize this. All of the influencers you're following on the Instagram, this and that, they're all there to subliminally manipulate you to never ever dare criticize the brand. Similar happens, I've mentioned this example many a time. It's a very simple example that we can all relate to. Haven't you noticed that in the past years or decades, they started implementing in supermarkets the self-checkout aisle? You know, that aisle that you have to self-check out everything, even though you're not paid to work at the cash register? Why do they do that? They're educating the customer to do the work for them so that they can employ less people, so that more people lose their jobs, because they're going to need less and less cash registers if they educate all their customers to go through the self-check aisle. I never do that. And when they tell me, hey sir, would you like to check out yourself? It's super easy. I'm like, no, are you going to pay me to do that? Am I actually going to be paid by you to do? I'm not. Well, then turn on a cash register and do your job. And then they look at me strange. I'm like, listen, I'm not fighting against you. I'm just letting you understand that you're going to lose your job if you keep educating us, the consumers, to do the job for you, because your company is telling you to tell us, the consumers, to do self-checkout at the supermarkets. What they in reality are doing is they're trying to cut short as much as they can and as quick as they can so that they can fire your ass, so that all of us consumers are going to be like little dumb robots checking out on our own. And the same thing happens on a bigger scale with these luxury brands. Not even luxury brands, even smaller brands do it. They want to brainwash you, the consumer, into never criticizing the brand. Oh my God, I could go on a tangent. Sorry, Foxy, back to you. I'm blabbering away.
No, you're right, though. That is one reason why they don't really like me, is I am willing to criticize the brand, and I'm willing to go after and say, hey, this bag's a piece of crap, please don't buy it.
But so did Louis Vuitton call you out of the blue?
No.
To deny you because other people suggested you, although you never asked to be in the program, right?
No, I never asked to be in the program, but I knew about it. It was in the works for 3 years. I just didn't know when they were going to finally be like, okay, it's out now. And they finally did it this year. Publicly, or semi-publicly.
How dare they? How freaking dare they? You never even applied to that influencer program. People suggested you, and then they called you like, what did they call you to tell you? Like, hey, like, tell people not to call us anymore to suggest you, or what?
No. I was, what was I talking? Oh, getting in trouble for a post.
You were getting in trouble for a post? I love this.
Yeah, I posted something, and then I asked about the influencer program, and they're like, oh, you know about that. I was like, yeah, of course I know about that. I knew that you had it going for a while now. Just curious if I'm on the list or if I can do it or anything. And they're like, yeah, you were denied. Just straight up. And I asked a few more questions, and I was like, oh, okay. I opened my mouth too much. I got it.
Jesus. I wonder which Oompa Loompas are sitting in their frickin' marketing teams deciding who yes and who no. You know what I mean? Like, what sort of idiots are sitting up there making these decisions? I really want to know.
I'm curious, too. I'd like to see a little bit more variety.
I can tell you this. I mean, I do have my NDA agreements with certain brands that I worked with in the past, so I cannot disclose too much, but I can tell you this much. Each and every one of their marketing teams that I've been working for, they get these kids that are straight out of college, parents, rich parents who pay their studies, okay? These kids who have absolutely no life experience, who have no life experience in retail, who have no experience in PR, who have no experience in marketing. They've just studied in their colleges and schools theory about these things, okay? They're out of school. Next week, they already get their jobs, and they think they know everything. And they think that their little mathematical formulas work in a world where things are much more organic and where things depend much more on the moment. So these people sit there making decisions that like have no logic, that are not connected to reality at all. But because of connections, because the family knows somebody who knows some, it's always like that. Nepotism much? Yeah. Biggest example, look at Chanel with Jacques Paul, who did their perfumes for decades. Right before he retired, who did he take in to take his place? His son.
These brands piss me off.
Yeah, it's super upsetting. And like, for a person like you who really authentically lives this brand, adores it and breathes it, for them to not recognize this and instead kind of use it to their advantage when they want to, but then not give anything in return, it's heartbreaking. It's like so not cool.
It really is, but it's a hobby. It's something fun to do. Although now it's become more of a job, but a fun job. I love my purses.
Have you ever been invited to one of their shows, fashion shows?
No.
Gosh.
No, the only way I'm gonna get an invite to one of their fashion shows as if one of my friends go and they have a +1. Louis not going to invite me.
Oh, that makes me so furious. But okay, well, what about the positive sides? Let's see if there's anything positive. Like, for example, you told me like you opened up your own consignment store, right?
Yep.
How's that going?
I am kicking booty right now. I'm actually having a big Labor Day sale.
Oh, you want to plug it? You can plug it.
Ooh, FOXYLV's Den on Instagram. You can find, I have an ad on my regular page at FOXYLV, and then you can go directly over to my den, and pretty much almost everything's on sale right now. So if you'd like anything, just message me, and I can FaceTime you, send you videos, pictures, whatever you want.
That is super cool. And like, do you have an actual physical little store open somewhere, or is it like more virtual?
Virtual.
Okay, so it's all through photos and communication like that. Nobody can actually walk in and like look at the store and...
No, I don't really want to get robbed.
Actually, that makes a lot of sense.
There's quite a few people that I know have opened up consignment stores, and pretty much every one of them have gotten robbed, even locally here. And I was like, oh.
Well, I mean,
okay,
they break in. Yeah, I mean, they right now it's crazy in the U.S. It's getting worse and worse. I mean, they break into the actual boutiques that have actual security. You can imagine then consignment stores and secondhand stores that don't have the budgets to afford actual security, people working there day and night, and actual security systems. And they break in even into the big stores. Yeah, actually, I mean that's clever too. And also it saves money because opening up an actual physical store, it's a big investment. It's a big investment.
Rent's expensive. I looked into it actually. Depending on where you want to go, but around here you would need a very nice area. That would mean like Granite Bay or Roseville. And rent starts off at about $2,000 on up a month, depending on how big of a space you want. So I was like, oh, that's not worth it.
No, that's a lot. But you have like a lot of good contacts because it's a consignment store. So a lot of people like also come to you and say, hey, I have this Louis Vuitton piece. Would you like sell it in your store?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been getting in some good ones. Do you remember Chapman?
No.
No?
What?
The men's pieces that had like the rhino, the lion, the leopard.
Oh, yes, of course. Oh my God, they're so ugly. Of course. That's why I forgot them. No, because you know why? Because they look like monster, but ugly. They're like, the drawings are so aggressive.
I could see that. I totally see that.
But you love them.
I like the zebra. The zebra was my favorite.
Okay, yeah, well, oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, okay. And so what about the, yes, of course I know it. I totally removed it from my mind. The Chapman collection and the Jeff Koons collection are the two collections that I was just like, away from me.
Oh, I couldn't do Koons. No. But Chapman, I love Chapman. But I like the weird stuff. Crazier the better for me.
Wait, so you got the whole Chapman collection in?
I got a pocket organizer, and that's basically brand new, hasn't been used. I got a couple of the luggage tags in. I got a brand new keepall, the mini monogram from last year, and I've been getting some good stuff lately. So I'm excited. For me, it's really fun because then I get to see older pieces and new pieces, and I love it.
So the people actually physically bring it to you, and then you keep them until you sell them for a certain amount of time, and if they don't sell, you can give them back to the person, but you have them then with you, right?
Yeah, so they either ship it to me or I go meet them in person. I've gone down and driven to LA a couple of times, San Diego once, San Francisco. I've gone all over.
That is so cool. I mean, it's amazing because it's almost, I mean, Foxy, I mean, it's great to also sell the stuff, consignment, and yours also, you can make a living off of it. But to me, you know, I'm an archivist at heart. Like, to me, it would be, I would play store the whole day. I would be like, let's put the bag here. Let's put the other bag next to it. Let's archive this. let's do the proper photo of the bag. I would like be learning the whole time.
It's fun to get to see the history, especially when I get like Marc Jacobs era pieces in.
Yeah.
Oh, I die. I had to stop myself from wanting to buy them.
Oh my God, because I know exactly how that feels. It's so terrible. Also, I mean, I've been, working a lot in different stores in my life as well. And that's just, if you love the brand and like the collections keep coming in and you have access to everything and you just love everything and you're just like, oh shit, the entire salary is gone again.
Yeah, that's my issue. But I'm super lucky. I started this business during the pandemic because I needed to be able to stay at home to take care of my father. So that's been something that's been really good for me.
Yeah. And so basically, Foxy, would you define yourself as a reseller? Wink, wink.
Okay. So let's talk about that. This is going to piss some people off. Louis Vuitton defines a reseller as anybody who sells any piece of Louis Vuitton, new or old. So, yeah, in Louis Vuitton's eyes, I would be a reseller.
Yeah.
In my eyes, I think of a reseller as somebody who's going to the store, buying everything, and then slapping it online. I think of myself as a consignment store, but you can call me whatever you want. I don't care.
Yes. In fact, I also always say when I do my analysis, I always say very clearly to people, Chanel doesn't want to buy you a bag because they consider you a reseller. You can call yourself whatever you want. And it's the same with all the luxury brands. Louis is the same, and you just said it yourself. Because also Hermes is even more particular about this. The second that they see you, that they find out that you have, in any shape, way, or form, anything with their logo on it, if you have given it not away, but if you have passed it on to somebody else, for any sort of monetary gain, to them, they kind of become very suspicious of you. And they, oh yes, immediately. They immediately put you on their kind of lists of like, okay, well then this person is not going to have access to certain objects, to certain products, and these restrictions can vary depending on how sketchy they classify you. You could get more and more, restrictions put upon you. I meant sell. So Chanel does. If Chanel doesn't want to, if they don't want to sell you a bag for a certain reason because they consider you a reseller, it's because they consider you a reseller, no matter what you are. And Louis does the same, right? Can Louis actually tell a person in the boutique, oh, sorry, we can't give you the speedy?
Yeah, because you're banned.
But do they ban you on because Hermes can ban you on certain products. They usually don't do like an everything, but Louis does on everything.
Louis does on everything. So there's two things. You can get a lifetime ban. That means you and most likely your relatives will not be able to purchase Louis Vuitton in store or online around the world. And then there's the 2-year ban, which they started a couple of years ago because they're trying to limit products. So that one is you can't buy in store or online under your name. And then once the 2 years are over, you can start buying again.
And they block you, why? Because you resold something or because you bought too much?
You bought too much. Well, it depends. They've been handing out the ban letter for different things, but mainly it's for limits.
Why don't they just do that on a monthly basis and be like, okay, you can only purchase 2, small leather goods every 2 months? Why does it have to be 2 years? It's like so bizarre.
I don't know. They keep adding rules and regulations for shit every year. It's so aggravating.
But at the same time, you were telling me the other day that they keep lowering their quality, that they're making the canvas thinner, the leather thinner, the brass isn't brass anymore.
It's gold-plated. Yep.
I mean, I was sending you photos. I can show you guys. I have here my little, Poche Toilettes, which I just got the new ones in, and I have the made in France from like 7 years ago. Hold on. I got two. I got too many is what I got. Okay, I got the made in France here, 26, and then I got the made in Spain 26. Made in France is from 2014 and 2021. You can see the unboxing on my channel. I'm going to post a link to it, the unboxing of the new Made in Spain versions. Now, I got the Made in Spain thanks to Foxy, because Foxy told, because I was only like, okay, no, Louis has to be made in France. And then Foxy said, no, Made in Spain is actually really good for small leather goods and leather goods. Hold on, this is falling down. So, and it is really good, but what I noticed is that, first of all, the leather tab, the little tiny pull thing, is much thicker leather on the Made in France from 7 years ago. And it's much thinner on the new one. And then what I also noticed, because Foxy told me that it used to be brass, but it ain't no mo, the little stamp on the zipper pulls, like underneath the zipper pull, you guys, right here and right there, the French one from 7 years ago has a little stamp right there. You see it, guys? That little tiny dot. There's kind of 2 letters there. And the new ones don't have that. They're just kind of more plain. And they do have a different gold shine to them. So when Foxy told me that it's not brass anymore, I was like, oh, so that's the reason.
It's all gold plated. It feels cheap. Not to diss on the brand that I love so much, but shoot, the quality has taken a turn for the worst, and it started going downhill in about 2014. The canvas got thinner right after Marc Jacobs left.
Yeah. I mean, I see the difference. Like the Made in France one I have is like really, it's very thick, and this one is super soft. But then again, I think to myself, maybe the super soft thing is not a bad thing. It's gonna keep it more flexible throughout the years. Maybe it's going to be less prone to cracking. We don't know yet, because this is a relatively new formula of rubber or of plastic. What do you think?
I'm curious. I know that the vintage holds up well, and I love vintage, and I have toiletry, and I have a keepall from like 20 plus years ago, and they don't crack. I have no issues with them, and yet I bought like Made in France items, and they have not been good.
What newer items?
I bought a sunglasses case. I bought that case 3 different times. Cracked. Every time.
Wow, really?
Oh yeah, monogram straight up split. I bought a Pochette Matisse some years ago. It cracked, and the glazing was coming off within the first week. I will never buy a Pochette Matisse again in my life.
Wow.
Good Lord, I've bought too much stuff. What else have I had? I had a bag charm that the glazing completely came off onto my other items, which hurt.
Yeah.
That was a Made in France one, I believe. That one I still need to take back in, actually. It's defective. So the quality has definitely gone down. Now, the one thing people always get on me about is they're like, Made in the USA is the worst quality. And I have Made in the USA. Never had an issue with any of my Made in the USA items, which I find hilarious.
That's interesting, because also when people comment on my Louis videos, they also always say never USA, never, never, terrible quality, canvas not aligned, when they stitch the top with the bottom, when they round it up, that things are not aligned, I don't know, that the materials aren't the same. I always thought that they just kind of ship the materials.
And then they make them here, yeah. But so some people don't understand. There's some bags that cannot be aligned perfectly, like the Neverfull cannot be lined up absolutely perfectly because of how they have to make it.
Yeah. Oh, here says, Deja is commenting in the chat. It says, I returned a badly used or poorly made Speedy B25 made in France and exchanged for a perfect one made in USA, no flaws, brand new, not a single scratch on the hardware. Maybe nobody else wanted, but I'll take it, says Deja.
See, there you go. Made in the USA has such a bad rap, and it's really not that bad.
Melikito says, I bought a Toiletry 26 made in France less than a year ago, and the canvas isn't soft, it's actually hardy. How is that possible? Just a year ago?
So was it made in 2019 or 20?
I mean, so if she bought it a year ago, you know these sell fast. So if she bought it in the boutique, it must have been made just a couple of weeks prior. So a year ago,
Well,
2020.
you never know, because they keep a lot of stock in the warehouse, and they've been holding them back. Oh, a tip for your viewers.
Yes.
So every year, Louis Vuitton does holdbacks in the spring, summer months, and then they're going to do a huge dump in stores of all the items that people love, like around at the end of October into November for Christmas. So you should start seeing those BUMBAGs, Poche Toilettes, speedies, all of that stuff come in a drove.
Why do they do that?
Because they know that their stores are going to be sold out during Christmas, and they can't make them fast enough.
So they keep
So they
them.
just hold them.
So they, but there's requests for this all year round. They would sell out the whole year.
Uh-huh.
Oh, but they just want to keep clients happier because they think around Christmas people buy more gifts. So let's make stuff available in Christmas. It's worth it more than. Oh, but they might up the prices right before they become available.
Yeah, usually there's a price increase.
Damn.
Like clockwork.
Jack Dean says, then why does Jeffree Star get to buy an entire store's worth every month? Elitism.
Okay, well, Jeffree Star spends a shit ton of money at Louis Vuitton. He is VVVIC. So they're going to cater to him. Plus, he shops at Rodeo, and he has a wonderful CA named David? Really sweet. I got to meet him in person. But Jeffrey's going to get whatever he wants because he spends. And he doesn't just buy canvas, though. He buys exotic. He buys clothing. He buys everything. He's like their perfect clientele.
So he buys whatever they give him, and he does this custom-made furniture stuff and stuff.
Uh-huh. He's spending millions. If your client's spending millions of dollars, you're going to give them what they want, right?
Yeah. And guess
And
what? And guess what, Foxy? He's blonde, skinny, and blue-eyed.
Ooh, and he does free promotion all over the internet.
Well, but you see, herein lies the problem, because when I see something that he has, I just get really disgusted by it. I don't want it. So it's not the best promotion for me.
It doesn't work on everybody, but
Yeah.
LV has given him some PR gifts.
Well, I mean, if you spend millions, you're obviously going to get some sort of gift. They want to treat you nicely, so you keep coming back for more. But it's not like they dress him from head to toe each season like they do with, what's that chick's name? That, Emma Chamberlain, or whatever her name is. Emma.
The one who just did Cruella?
No, I'm talking about a YouTuber. It's a YouTuber chick that always does Louis Vuitton shows. She's always dressed from head to toe in Louis. Emma Chamberlain. Something.
I don't think I watched her.
Well, anyway, she has millions of subscribers and literally is flown in by Louis every fashion show.
Oh.
To be at the show, dressed in Louis from head to toe.
I wonder if she was one of the people who got the Pont Neuf. They tried so hard to push that bag. It failed so badly.
Jack says Emma Chamberlain, the YouTuber. Yeah, she's a YouTuber. Yeah.
I don't know where I suck. I'm sorry.
And Melikito says, my toiletry was made 27th week of 2020 with a thick canvas made in France.
Made in France? Interesting. Oh, wait. Does she know? Can she tell me the date code? Like
The 27th week of 2020. Melikito, can you please give us the exact date code so Foxy can do the research?
I don't know her, but she's blonde and blue-eyed.
Cecilia wrote, I just bought a new toiletry 26, was on a wait list.
They started those up again. They're not supposed to.
The wait list?
Uh-huh.
I was on a wait list too.
What the hell? Well, they're supposed to stop the wait list.
Jack asks, did you like the Groom collection?
I love the Groom collection. The bellboy, I have, what do I have? I have the wallet and I have the bag charm from it. I really want to get the bandeau from it.
Oh, Melikito sent us the code. Okay, you have something to write down, Foxy?
Oh, I just need the first two letters.
Oh, okie dokie. SA2270.
Okay, so that would have been one of the older workshops.
Oh my god, I just love when this woman just like knows her shit. It's such a turn on. It's like,
the newer workshops have the newer date codes.
so SA means older workshop. So you mean the SA workshop might have had still older canvases laying around?
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
Huh.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you my brand new made in France version, made in Spain, and you tell me. Oh, and by the way, my 26 made in Spain has the date stamp in gold, and my 19 made in Spain has just etched in, you know, burned in without any color.
Blind. Yeah.
But why does the 26 have a gold one?
What's your date code?
UB
Okay, so that would be one of the newer ones.
2231.
Is it pure? It looks pure gold. They didn't screw it up at all.
It's pure, like, no, they did. What do you mean by screw it up? It's like,
Okay, so the quality issue. So I have seen multiple toiletries come in where they only have the gold on like the first two letters, and then they forgot to do it on the rest of the numbers.
no, it's all gold. And very clean.
Once again, quality issues.
No, this one is all gold. Every letter and every number is very, very precisely printed.
Well, then good. You got a good one.
So I got lucky, is what you're saying, basically. So it's a new workshop from Spain. And the let me see the old one that I have from 2014, I think 2014. Let me tell you. The toiletry pouch 26 from 2014 is a DU.
That'd be an old workshop.
2124 or something.
You know that France opened up a new workshop in France because of the demand for Louis Vuitton around the world, and they still can't keep up. Then they opened up the one in Texas for the United States. Still can't keep up with demand, and they're supposed to be opening one up in Canada.
Wow. Oh, Canada. So there's going to be made in Canada?
Yes, this is what I heard, and I actually want to get a piece of that. I think it'd be fun. I'd like to have a piece made in everywhere, if I could.
Okay, now I'm telling you my 19 is UB2261. Made in Spain.
That one looks like is that one softer? It looks like it on camera.
Oh, it's the same. Okay, so both are made in Spain, okay? Both from this year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me flip them both the proper side, like that. Can you see them on camera?
Mm-hmm.
Do they look different to you? Actually, the 19 looks it feels a little bit sturdier than the 26.
It looks slightly different.
Yeah, it's a little bit thicker.
I wonder if they did a different resin. Huh.
And another question, why are they taking the dates off of the bags now? Like the Speedy's not going to have, no, not the dates, like where it's made in. The made in stamps are gone, people are saying.
Oh, yeah, they started that in January.
Why? Do you know?
Because y'all complained.
Because everybody's like, I don't want made in USA. And they're like, okay, bitch, now we're not going to tell you where it's made. But they have to, by law, say where the things are made.
So they have the little...
Paperlets.
Yep. And it'll say made in USA or whatever. And most people don't pay attention to those.
Oh, I see. But that is so sketchy. You have to actually have a tag attached on the product that says where it's made in. You can't just have a detachable paper.
They've been taking out the date codes too on a lot of the products. And changing them.
This is a poche document from also 2013 or 14, I want to say. Can't remember.
I was about to say, hello, vintage.
I got this one right after they started the online store. So this is when the stuff online was still okay. This was like the only thing I kept from the online site. Everything else after this I ordered online, I sent it back because the quality was terrible. This one was really good though. And it's still lined in leather.
Is it, okay, which online store are you talking about? Are you talking about eLuxury when they did that? Or are you talking about the actual Louis?
The actual Louis.
Oh, okay.
It was just at the beginning, and it was, you know, where is my, oh, here it is. Okay, I'm going to tell you. Oh, it's from 2012. TJ4162.
God, that is a good piece. I would love to have one of those in my collection. Keep all my documents in.
You don't have a poche document?
I do not.
This is a good one. I mean, it's huge, though, you know. Look how big this thing is. It's like, if we put it next to the 26...
You know what my issue is I see everything so much and so often. I'm like, oh, that's going to be around forever. I'll have no problem getting that. And then they discontinue it.
Yeah. And that's a pity because I always say in my videos, like, luxury should be something that you pay extra, you pay more for it because you know it's always going to be there. Like, it's a security that it gives you that even in 20 years time from now, it doesn't matter if the price goes up, you're always going to have that feeling of comfort of knowing, well, if something happens to it, I just walk into Louis and I buy a new one. That's luxury to me, knowing that the brand stands behind their products, their heritage, and they stand behind their classics and they keep making them. Instead, no, with Louis, you never know. I mean,
I do have to say, so you know about the Louis Vuitton recall, right?
no, I don't.
It happened in 2018. So pieces from 2014 through 2016, there was a bunch of issues, cracking, glazing, bleeding, etc. They recalled about $40 million worth of product.
Wow.
And people could bring them in the store. They could get a credit, or they could get them fixed. Or if it was unfixable, you get a credit or a new bag or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So they did actually stand behind that, and they took back returns. So that, I mean, that's good. They at least stepped up and say, hey, yeah, we screwed up.
What was, like, cracking in the canvas, or was also the leather an issue?
The leather was an issue on, what was it? The artsy empreinte. There was a bunch of empreinte pieces, the speedy empreinte. I'd have to look at the full list, but they at least, they sent out, they called people, they sent out emails, they had people bring in their old pieces. I do have to say they did a pretty good job on that recall, on standing by their product, saying it was poop. Let's rectify this.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to these older pieces that I have, the only issue that I have is, as I said to you in the last video, like, some of them do get a little sticky with time.
Ugh.
If you
I
don't...
haven't had any pieces get sticky on me yet, unless it's a vintage piece that I bought. Like, it's old.
Yeah.
And they were the ones with the sticky pockets.
And the only reason why the canvas gets a little sticky is because I don't use this one much. This one is archived in its dust bag. And the plasticizers evaporate with time. So if you use these pieces, you're always touching them. So whatever evaporates, you're constantly rubbing it off with your hands. But if you let something just stay there archived and never touch it, it's going to get sticky because it's going to have that surface. It's going to patina that way. It's a normal process of aging of these pieces. So I always say, guys, rub them, use them, wear them. Plastic likes to be used. Plastic doesn't like to just stay, especially like elastic plastics. They don't like to just stay unused because they evaporate. The plasticizers mess. Yeah, it's a mess. I mean, it's not bad, but I definitely know that this would not feel this way if I were using it every day. Then it wouldn't be sticky. It's a little sticky. Can you hear me? Foxy? Something happened to your microphone.
Hello?
Oh, you're back now. Okay.
Okay. Your followers know what Canvas is, right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if everybody knows, but I mean, isn't it like? Tell me.
It's cotton coated.
Right, but
so it's cotton coated with PVC, plastic, whatever you'd like to call it.
Mm-hmm.
I have so many people tell me though it's leather. I'm like, what? No. Why do you think this? It's not leather.
I mean, I think my viewers, all at least the ones in the chats, know that this is plastic with a kind of a cottony, whatever sort of material is underneath. But people know that this is plastic. You know that there has been fakes in the past that were better than because they actually made leather, printed this pattern on top of the leather. So there are some, it's really fascinating to know that in some cases that you can actually get the leather, but Louis makes these only in canvas, which is actually plastic. But now, you have some pieces from the past, like this Poche Toilette that actually has the interior in leather. Now they've changed that. They've made these much smaller, and the interior is either like some sort of canvas or some sort of synthetic or some sort of microfiber type of material. But they don't do these with leather anymore.
No, they don't. You know the best fake I've ever seen? Well, I thought anyways.
What?
Do you remember Virgil's Prism keepall that everybody like went nuts for?
Yeah.
So I got to see a real one in person, and then somebody brought a fake one, and the fake one was thicker plastic than the real version, and I was like, wow, this one feels way better.
I mean, I'm telling you, yeah, sometimes it really, it's as sad as it is. Sometimes they go like, huh.
Wow, that makes you think. What the hell?
Stephanie says, yes, I know it's plastic. Coated canvas. Mike says also, yeah, plastified canvas. Cecilia is laughing at people saying, haha, leather canvas, give me a break.
People ask me, they try to tell me all the time, no, it's leather. You don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, oh, okay.
Melikito says, I hear a lot of people saying it's leather too. Huh.
It's not leather.
Oh, Stephanie says, but I do recall that when I was younger, me and my family thought it was leather 20 years ago, LOL. But now we know better, LOL.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was leather too back in the day.
Oh, like did ya?
My very first purchase.
Oh, cute. Gwen says, some horrible sticky pocket with leather lining, old vintage ones. Jam says, pot noodles actually contain no meat at all. Okay, that has nothing to do with us. People, I love it in the chats. People go doing whatever they want. I'm thinking, though, Foxy, I might take this little baby with me to Louis, the Poche Document, and ask them, like, hey, got a little sticky. What should we do about it? Maybe they have something.
Nothing that I've heard of yet, although I'd be intrigued to know. They just always tell me it can't be repaired.
What, when it gets sticky?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm sure it can be repaired when it gets sticky. Because it's just a surface thing. You just gotta... You need a chemical to just wash it off. I've dealt a lot with... I'm a toy collector as well, so I know plasticizers on different...
Toys?
Of course, I'm a huge toy collector. So there's...
What toys?
Okay, I love Masters of the Universe. I love Thundercats. Yeah, and Thundercats in particular, because back in the day, for the Thundercats toys, they used LJN toys, very cheap plastic, so not very stable plastic, unstable plastic. So the plasticizers evaporate, and as they evaporate, the toys get like stains on their, like black dots on their legs. It's just part of the natural decomposition of the plastic. And I have certain chemicals that I use for the Thundercats and they get very sticky. And I wash them off and they're like brand new. You just take that surface off that it's been sedimentating with time. So it works really well on the Thundercats. Now, when it comes to Louis Vuitton canvas, of course, I'm a little bit more careful because I'm thinking, well, I don't want to use some product that's going to damage somehow the surface. But this canvas is quite sturdy. I'm sure it can take a little bit of a chemical beating.
You got a thick one there, and it's from 2000, what, you said 12? So
yeah.
It should be nice. You could take it in and have them do the lotion on it.
Yeah, the lotion, the potion. But anyway, so yeah, do you like toys too?
Yeah, I'm a nerd.
I also have Gem in the holograms.
My childhood.
I love Gem in the holograms. I know, they're amazing. Oh, well then, do you also like, wait, do you like horror movies from the 80s?
Hell yeah.
Okay, well then I got something for ya. Check out my buddy here. Let me take it's Chicky. Well, it's Chucky. Hold on, let me take his little Chucky off. Check him out.
Oh, you have the doll.
Of course I have Chucky, the good guy. Say hi to Foxy. Hey.
Do you have the Bride of Chucky doll too?
Yes, I do. I have Tiffany.
Yes. Oh, now I gotta watch those movies. It's spooky season.
Oh, and also Foxy, Don Mancini, the guy who actually made Chucky, he's coming out now in October with a TV series, the Chucky TV show. I'm so excited. Can't wait.
What channel?
It's going to be on 2 channels. It's going to be on USA and... oh, what's the other one? But it's going to play on 2 channels at the same time. So you could watch it on 2 channels. I cannot wait. It looks freaking amazing. Jennifer Tilly is back as Tiffany.
Yes! Oh my god, I love her.
Yeah, Jennifer Tilly is back. Anyway. Anyway, Foxy, we got to continue this another time because we're over an hour now with the live stream. And you know, people are going to like tune out after 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Because the attention span, it ain't there on YouTube. People are going to be like, girl. But listen, Foxy, if you want, we can also do in the near future, if you want, because I also have a pop culture YouTube channel. We could like call together and just do talking geek nerd toy stuff if you want, because I would love that.
Oh, hell yes. I am so down.
Because I love my... We could also do G.I. Joe. Cabbage Patch Kids.
Oh, Garbage Pail.
Oh, Garbage Pail Kid. Girl, did you know that R.L. Stine... Okay, you're going to see it a little bit later. Look, R.L. Stine is writing books, the Garbage Pail Kids books.
No way.
You see it?
What? Oh my god.
And they're already on volume 2. I have both. They're amazing. These books are so freaking awesome. This is the best way to spend a Sunday afternoon, a lazy Sunday afternoon reading the Garbage Pail Kids, to die for.
Oh, I have to do that. Oh my god.
Oh, we got Frozen Luxury Super Chat. Says bye, Angel.
Super chat from Frozen Luxury. By Angel. Heart.
Bye,
Heart.
baby.
Heart. Heart.
Oh, thank you so much. So sweet. Thank you. Well, Foxy, what can I tell you? Thank you so much for calling in and sharing your wisdom with us and your knowledge on Louis. It has been a pleasure and an honor to have you on the show again.
Thank you for having me, sweetie.
Thank you so much, and I hope we can talk again soon in another episode. If you want to come back, you are wholeheartedly welcome.
I would be so down for that. This is super fun.
Thank you so much. Well then, you guys, listen, check out FOXYLV on Instagram. Go follow her on Instagram, FOXYLV, FOXYLV, and also FOXYLV Den. Or how do we spell that one? FOXYLV's Den or FOXYLV Den?
I don't even know. Hold on one sec. FOXYLV Den.
Okay, and then also be sure to check out and follow the FOXYLV Den Instagram profile. All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Foxy, for calling in. And until next time, y'alls, never forget.
Thank you, sweetie.
Thank you. Never forget to never give up on love. Love you all. See you soon. Take care. Bye. Mwah.